Hello, welcome to Master Mathematics. My name is Mr. A. I'm so happy that you're here with us. We are going to go over absolute values foundations. It's just an overview of what absolute value is. So this one's pretty straightforward, not too much to it. Should be a nice short one for you, just to, again, review what absolute value is. So as it says here, the absolute value of a number is the distance the number is from zero. So on the next slide, we're going to look at some expressions. We're going to look at the symbol for absolute value, and we're going to use a number line to count the distance that the number is from zero. All right, so we've got our four examples there. We have our four expressions, and looking at them, let's look at number one first, just so this way you're familiar with what the expression reads. So these lines or these bars next to the digits there, those represent absolute value. So when you see them in an expression or in an equation, they mean absolute value. So I'm just going to go through how you would read these four examples first. So number one, you would read number one as the absolute value of 13. You would read number two as the absolute value of -7. Number three, you would read as the absolute value of -18. And number four, you would read as the absolute value of 9. So in order to simplify these expressions, we're going to do that now. I'm going to show you how to do that. For number one, for 13, I'm going to use a black colored pen on here. And what we would do is we have our number line at the bottom. And again, absolute value of a number is the distance the number is from zero. So I'm going to find 13 on the number line. I'm going to draw my black dot in there now. And then I'm going to count how many spaces to the left zero is. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So absolute value of 13 is 13. Okay, let's go to -7 now as well. I'm going to change up my color here. I'm going to use the red color. And I'm going to find -7 on my number line. And I've got my red dot there. And I'm going to count, again, the distance, how many spaces there are between -7 and 0. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. Therefore, the absolute value of -7 is 7. All right? I think you guys are getting the hang of it, right? Let's go on to number 3. Number 3, we're looking at the absolute value of -18. And actually, before I go on to number 3, since I'm going to have a little bit of overlap, I'm going to erase the work that I did on the number line. And now we have our blue pen selected. I'm going to go to -18 on the number line, make my dot there. And then I'm going to count how many spaces between -18 and 0 there are. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 spaces. Therefore, the absolute value of -18 would be simplified to 18. All right, our last one, number 4, we're going to look at the absolute value of 9. So again, same process here. I've got my green pen selected this time. I'm going to go to 9, make my dot. And I'm going to count how many spaces there are between 9 and 0. So go ahead, count along with me at home, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the absolute value of 9 is 9. That's all there is for today. That's all there is. Absolute value, again, of a number is the distance the number is from 0. Number lines are a great way to work. I'm sure you get the hang of it with just these simple expressions, but when the expressions or equations, when absolute value gets thrown in there, it does get a little more challenging, but have no fear. I've got videos on that too. So if you have not subscribed to the Master Mathematics channel, please make sure that you do so by clicking the subscribe button below. Also, we have a Patreon page as well that gives you access to worksheets so you could practice what you learn here. There's also additional videos that go through those worksheets. They work out the equations step by step. So make sure that you subscribe to the Patreon. It's a small fee each month, a small subscription. But again, you have unlimited access to those worksheets and to the videos there. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I look forward to seeing you on Patreon. Once again, I'm Mr. A. Thank you so much for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.